Do not go gentle into that good night, and remember, both talk about the same thing, death. However, the former is angry and harsh, meanwhile the latter is accepting, consoling. Both, however, are persuasive. Do not go gentle often has language related to night and day, such as light or night and blaze. Meanwhile, remember often has language relating to going away or remembrance and forgetting. Now, going away, gone, land. Meanwhile, remembrance and forgetting, remember, forget. Both leave to life and death, leaving someone as well. Both poems employ the use of imagery. However, Do Not Go Gentle employs it a little bit more. For example, wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late, they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. It's related to sunrise and sunset, death, life and death. Furthermore, the title, Do Not Go Gentle into that good night, going into battle, not dying without a fight. Remember, employs a little imagery, such as into the silent land, which obviously means leaving. Dying is more likely due to the silent. In terms of tone, both poems give instructions to the listener. However, Do Not Go Gentle is angry, desperate, and commanding. Meanwhile, Remember is consoling and kindly. It doesn't force you to do anything. Both poems use literary devices to get their point across. Do Not Go Gentle uses harsh consonant alliteration, such as the t sound, or repetition, such as rage. This gives an explosive feeling. Meanwhile, Remember, it uses some repetition to try to convince someone to do something slightly desperate, such as gone away or gone far away, or the use of remember. It also contains some H alliteration, which is breathy and not aggressive. And then in the final stanza, better by far you should forget and smile, it has B and F alliteration, which is pleasing sonic symmetry. The author of Do Not Go Gentle is telling his father in the poem not to die. Brave, good, wise men don't go without a fight. Remember is very different. At first, the dying poet is saying, don't forget me, but changes her mind and says, oh, actually, don't worry. Better forget and be happy than remember me and be miserable. Do Not Go Gentle discusses fighting the end of life, urging a loved one not to leave you. Meanwhile, Remember is about dying, about leaving a loved one, telling him or her to remember you, but then rethinking about it and coming to the conclusion that it may actually be beneficial to forget in order to avoid the pain of loss. The two poems have a very different point of view. Do Not Go Gentle is from the point of view of a son watching his father die. He's finding it hard to come to terms with it and is desperately pleading with the father not to die. Meanwhile, Remember is from the point of view of someone dying. Meanwhile, she is pleading to a loved one to remember, but then changing her mind. Do Not Go Gentle into that good night's rhythm is strict, mathematical, and parallel with restraint of feelings found in the poem. Meanwhile, Remember is calm and soothing. Do Not Go Gentle has a rhyme structure of ABA, 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 ABAA. It's very regular, represents constraint and the control of emotions. Meanwhile, remember is in the form of ABBA, ABBA, CDD, ECE. It's almost typical for a sonnet, which is usually a love poem. But the CDD and the ECE are quite unique, represents the cyclical nature of life through remembrance. Do Not Go Gentle is in a rigid villanelle structure. It reflects restraint and the control of emotions. It begins almost as it ends. It begins with do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day, rage against the dying of light. And ends with do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the dying of the light. Remembers is a sonnet, which is usually about love. You can contrast the beginning and the end of it, because it begins with the lover saying, remember me, ends with her saying, no, it might be beneficial to forget. In conclusion, both poems discuss death. However, Do Not Go Gentle is harsh and desperate, with angry words and sounds, and is from an observer's perspective. Now remember, it's a nice poem with calm words and calm, soothing sounds, and is from a dying person's perspective.